Our tale begins here, in the quiet fishing village of Easthaven, one of the so-called 10 towns of Icewind Dale. The tiny community is hardly a town, but rather a collection of ramshackle huts crowded together upon the icy shores of Loch Dinneshere. Here, within a dimly lit tavern, a group of travelers sit huddled around a table, swapping tales and making grand plans for the future, completely unaware of the part they are to play in the events that are about to unfold.
What's this? New face in town, eh? Well met, stranger. The name is Hrothgar, originally of Hillsfar. But now, after years of traveling up, down, and under Faerun, I am content to call this town my home. Who might you be? Well then, welcome to Easthaven. Whatever your business in these parts might be, I would offer you this small piece of advice. While you're in my town, you do well to be on your best behavior. These folk are under my protection, and anyone who would seek to do harm to them in any way shall answer to me. That said, I'll let you get back to your cups. I'm sure you've had a long journey, and you'll find there's no better way to shake off the cold of the road than by downing a few mugs of Grisella's best. And if you're in need of lodging, I would recommend talking to Quimby over at the Snowdrift Inn over on the east side of town. Equipment and supplies can be purchased next door at Pomab's Emporium. Pomab's prices are a bit high, even for a Kalashite, but you'd be better off well-equipped and short of coin than the other way around. Ill-prepared travelers don't last long in these parts. Once you've had a chance to rest up and get your bearings, come by and see me at my house. It's just a couple doors west of here. There's some business I would discuss with you. Farewell.
Yes. Labor calls me. Labor calls me. I am ready.
Yeah? How can I help?
Ready. Here I come,
strength with
and the hells come with me.
Me? My enemies always bring out the best in me.
What is your will?
You'll
Steel
soon
yourself.
sleep with the dead.
Here, to the butcher's work then.
Quickly now. I shall do my best. I shall do my best. Agreed. 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 I shall do my best. Labor calls me. Agreed. I shall do my best. Labor calls me. Agreed. Labor calls me. Agreed. Yes. I am ready. I shall do my best. What is your will? Quickly now. A reasonable request? A reasonable request? A reasonable request? Agreed. I shall do my best. I am off. I am off. Agreed. I will do as you ask. A reasonable request?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yes, labor calls me. A reasonable request? Certainly. A reasonable request? I shall do my best. Agreed. Agreed. Certainly. 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 Labor calls me. I shall do my best. A reasonable request? I am off. I will do as you ask. I am off. A reasonable request? Agreed. I shall do my best. I shall do my best. Agreed. I will do as you ask. I shall do a reasonable request. I shall do my best. I shall do my best. A reasonable request? A reasonable request? Agreed. 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 I shall do my best. Neighbor calls me. I shall do my best. I shall do my best.
Yeah. Sure.
I am ready. I am off. A reasonable request?
Shame
that we must resort to
Hells
violence.
come with me.
Certainly. A reasonable request? I will do as you ask. I will do as you ask. Certainly. A reasonable request? I will do it. I am off. Agreed. Certainly. I shall do my best. Agreed. A reasonable request?
What now? Like an arrow.
What? Agreed. A reasonable request? Certainly. I am off.
Eh? Good as gold. That's how it is. On my way.
Quickly now. I am off. Agreed. Agreed. I am off.
Hrothgar mentioned there were strangers in town. What is it you want? Yes, I am Everard. Everard of Tempus, battle priest of the Lord of Battles. What brings you here? War is but one of Tempus's aspects. Warriors, true warriors, worship him as well. These eyes have seen battle, yes. And my skin bears the mark of swords and axes. That was long ago. Now my place is here. Because there are many ways one may serve one's god. I am of the Order of the Broken Blade. My duty is to watch this place. Yes, we were warriors. Wounded in battle, our injuries now keep us far from the front lines. Still, we are fit to guard holy sites to our Lord. It is sacred to Tempus, yes. It marks the field where the barbarian Jared gave up his life ages ago. He lies encased in stone beneath this temple. Jared was a shaman who lived long ago. He brought unity to the northern tribes and led them to victory against the army of Ericon, at the cost of his life. Once Ericon saw his army routed by Jared and the northern tribes, he sought to bring the Hells to his aid. Ericon opened a gate to the lower plains. I do not believe that. Jared did. It is said that Tempus himself appeared to Jared upon the battlefield, and Jared took that as a sign. Jared believed Tempus was calling him to sacrifice himself for his people to ensure victory. And so he cast his body into the portal, his blood fusing it to stone. It lies entombed beneath the temple to this day. Jared had no need to sacrifice himself. Tempus's appearance was a test of faith, proof Jared's people had already won the field that day. Jared failed his god and died a coward's death. One dies for Tempus with a blade in one's hand, not by martyring oneself within the embrace of infernal magics. Jared's duty was to stand with his comrades, not cast himself to his death when the field was already theirs. Sacrifice? Let me say this of sacrifice, young one, then we shall speak of this no more. Sacrifice is a death that has meaning. When it is in vain, it is not sacrifice. It is a waste. That is the lesson of Jared's stone. A great stone disc that holds Jared's corpse for eternity. And so I watch and guard it in Tempus's name. You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers. I have heard of it, yes. A messenger from Kuldahar visited the temple not long ago, and it has spurred Hrothgar to see what is happening in the north. Yes, a man from Kuldahar found his way to our door, and he was dead by morning. He claimed he was a messenger from the Archdruid of Kuldahar. The man spoke of disturbances in Kuldahar. His wounds prevented me from making any sense of his words. Perhaps Hrothgar understood more than I, for he's preparing an expedition. No, for my place is here. Were I invited, I would still not go. My injuries would only slow the expedition. You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers. The door leads beneath the temple to the site of Jared's stone. It was sealed with glyphs of Tempus to prevent entry long ago.
I will do as you ask. I will do as you ask. Certainly. I shall do my best. I am off. I will do as you ask. Agreed.
Well met, friend, and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything. Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have sentimental value. Oh, they're all remembrances of my adventuring days. Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than valuables, really. Leftovers from my days of fortune and glory. Well, semi-retired, actually. This region is still untamed and fraught with many dangers. I have had plenty of opportunities in the last few years to take up my sword and shield and do battle with those who threaten the safety of Easthaven and its neighbors. In fact, I am planning such an expedition right now. That is what I wanted to speak to you about. We've received word from Kaldahar, our neighbors to the south, that evil forces are stirring nearby in the spine of the World Mountains. I am organizing and leading a party from Easthaven south to Kaldahar Valley to investigate. You look to be capable enough. Perhaps you'd like to join us. What say you? I don't really know. The messenger wasn't too specific. I suppose if you want more details, you could ask old Everard over at the temple, but time's a-wasting. We need to get this expedition moving before the snows seal off the pass to Kaldahar. So what's it going to be? Are you in or out? Excellent. Glad to have you on board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out for Kaldahar within a few days. With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. But there are matters that require my attention here about town. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you can help. Pomap, the local shopkeeper, has recently expressed concern over the rapidly thinning stock of his store. He's been complaining that the regular caravan from Caer is long overdue, and that if they don't arrive soon, he's sure to be out of business. Now, normally I'd take Pomap's whining with a grain of salt, but with heavy snows on the way, it would be best to make sure that caravan makes it through. I want you to find that caravan. Leave town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between Easthaven and Caer. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year. Once you find it, see the caravan safely to Easthaven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the final plans for our journey. Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Kaldahar Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck. Safe journey.
I will do as you ask. I will do as you ask. I will do as you ask. Certainly. I shall do my best. Agreed. I am off. I shall do my best. I shall do my best.
Huh?
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Yeah, labor calls me.
Ready? Fine, fine.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
I am ready.
My enemies
Attack.
work there.
I'll
The
take
best
care
in
of
me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make this as painful
You'll
as
see
you
your
yourself.
sleep with the dead.
What is your will? Quickly now. Yeah. shall do my best. Labor calls me. I shall do my best.
Yeah.
I am ready. A reasonable request. Agreed. I'm off. Labor calls me.
Best in me. Here I come, sleep with the dead.
Certainly.
It is a shame we must resort to violence.
Certainly.
Here I come,
Yourself.
with the hells
Speak louder
come with
than
me.
words.
It is a shame we
Mine.
Certainly. I shall do
To
the
the
feel
butcher's work
yourself.
then.
With the dead.
All
Is mine.
I shall do my best. Certainly. I am off.
Here I
Feel
come,
yourself.
the hells come with me.
All
Butcher's work then.
Labor calls me.
It is a shame
Butcher's
that
work then.
Feel yourself.
Bring out the best in me.
Here I come.
Strength.
Certainly. A reasonable request? Certainly. Agreed. Agreed. Certainly. Certainly. Agreed. Agreed. I will do as you ask. Certainly. Agreed.
it is a shame that we must resort to violence.
A reasonable request? Certainly. Feel yourself.
Strength. Bring out the best in me.
I will do as you ask. Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
Bring out the best in me. Your
This is a
fingers
shame.
over the dead.
I will do as you ask. Agreed. Yes. Certainly.
Strength bring out the best in me.
The hells come with me.
A reasonable request. I shall do my best. I am off.
Victory is mine. Victory sleep with the dead.
I shall do my best. I am off. A reasonable request. I shall do my best.
Ready.
I am ready. What is your will? A reasonable request?
Your command?
Quickly, I am off. I shall do my best. Agreed. I am off. Yes. Steal your heart.
Strength for
The hells come with me.
May I help?
Here.
Yes? Your life is forfeit.
What is your will? Quickly now.
Yeah?
Steal yourself.
My enemies all. I think my adventuring days are almost over. Here I go.
Orders?
Yes. Attack!
Speak at once. Victory.
I am ready.
Here I come.
Sleep with the
The
dead.
hells come with me.
What is... I shall do my best. Agree. A reasonable request? Labor calls me. I am off. Quickly now. I will do as you ask. Labor calls me.
Oh, good. You've returned. What news of the caravan from Caer Dineval? Strange. It is not usual for orcs to be so brazen as to attack caravans so close to town. I wonder if it is the anticipation of the coming winter that is driving their actions, or if it is something more. In any case, at least we can still retrieve the supplies, thanks to you. You've proven yourself to be quite capable. I'm glad you've decided to come along with us to Kuldahar. We still have preparations to make before we can depart for Kuldahar. Take this list of supplies to Pomab's Emporium across town. While you're there, you might outfit yourselves with whatever gear you think you may need. Return here when you are packed and ready to go.
Ready.
I am ready. Agreed. I will do as you ask. A reasonable request? I am off. I am off. A reasonable... Certainly. A reasonable request? I shall do my best. I am off. Agreed. I am off. Labor calls me.
Me?
What is your will? Certainly. Agreed. I will do as you ask. Agreed. Certainly. I am off. I shall do my best. I will do as you ask. I am off. I am off.
There you are. All is set. The others are assembling as we speak. Are you ready to leave as well?
So it was that the patchwork militia set off from Easthaven, bound for the troubled village of Kaldahar, with the party of strangers in tow. On they traveled, across the windswept tundra of the day, through the foothills of the spine of the world, and upwards on the steep and treacherous trails of the Kaldahar Pass. Eager to seek out the evil that threatened the pass, they did not expect it to find them first. High upon the cliffs of the pass, a band of frost giants had prepared an ambush. Hurling boulders and dislodging massive outcroppings of rock and snow, the giants sparked an avalanche that thundered down the mountainside and crashed down upon the heads of the unsuspecting expedition. Those fortunate enough to survive the avalanche pulled themselves free of the mountain of snow and bodies that now barred the way back to Easthaven. Battered and disheartened by the loss of their comrades, the survivors had little choice but to continue on to Kaldahar, alone.